Guys, welcome back to Traderscale Success Stories. Today we're joined by a guest who we've never had on Success Stories before. Simon has successfully withdrawn almost $22,000 across 3 payouts since he started with Traderscale in 2024. Welcome, Simon.
Thank you.
How's it going?
For having me. Very well, thank you.
It's sunny in Birmingham.
It is, which is a rarity. It must be you coming to Brum, that's why.
Well, it's definitely not sunny in Newcastle, so yeah, it's nice to come down south. This is south for me. This is actually me classic coming down south.
I get
It's a 4-hour drive from Newcastle. To be honest, it's a long drive. For those who obviously don't know you, a little bit of information. How old are you? Obviously, you know from Birmingham. Anything else you want to add?
No, so I'm Simon. I'm 47.
Oh, I shouldn't have asked the age. I shouldn't have asked the age.
And from Birmingham, yeah.
Yeah. Right, well, we'll crack on. It's interesting to see that you've obviously been trading with Traderscale since 2024, but you've only had 2 accounts.
Correct,
to me,
yeah.
That is mental, because I think I had 2 accounts in the first week.
I used to have 2 accounts. No, right. I've only had 2 accounts so far, yeah.
That's mad. Since then, obviously, you've managed to bank multiple payouts, which is an incredible achievement by all accounts. What does your plan look like to ensure you stay within them parameters, so that you didn't obviously lose your accounts? And also, do you only trade with Traderscale, or have you got a couple of accounts sneakily somewhere else?
I do trade with different accounts, and I do trade different styles. So I do manual trading, but I also do algo trading as well. And I use different prop firms, proprietary firms for different styles of trading. How to stay in the parameters? It's just maths, really. So it's really not over risking, it's not over leveraging, and it's making sure you have very good risk to reward for the trades you're taking.
Yeah. So how do you kind of compare Traderscale to them other ones, other prop firms?
Traderscale's right up there because they do pay out. They do exactly what they say they're going to do.
Yep.
The rules are very, very clear, so you know exactly what's going on with the rules. So yeah, as solid a prop firm as any other.
As can be.
Exactly.
So we know you've had 3 payouts. How long, for people watching, did it take for you to become profitable?
So I was profitable pretty much from the kickoff because the market was playing ball with the kind of strategies I was using. My first payout, I took a very, very small payout just to get my money back.
Right, yeah, good idea.
And then basically I'm risk-free.
Yeah.
Which is
a good thing for people to...
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can relax your rules altogether, but it just means you're risk-free, so it takes a lot of pressure off the trading. And the market played out well from there. So I had another 2 payouts in pretty close succession, really. Yep. So I think it was within about a month of each other.
That's not too bad. And was there a specific moment when everything clicked, or were you just... You seem regimental with your strategy and all that kind of stuff?
No, I think the market was sort of moving well with how I trade. So support and resistance levels are playing out very well. We had some big moves towards those levels. So the market was playing ball for once.
How many accounts, both personal and on a prop, do you think it would take before you see payouts? Or do you think that's just dependent on the person?
I think it's dependent on the person. It's dependent on what trading style you use. So if you're going to be very, very aggressive, you're going to blow a hell of a lot of accounts. The less aggressive you are, the less prop firms you're going to blow up, basically. Yeah. So the more sensible you are with your risk, the more patient you are with your setups, the better you're going to do.
Yeah. And have you always traded the same way, like the same strategy, same behavior? Tested multiple?
I've marginally moved from different things. I like what I call sort of multiple confluences with different traders. So there'll be a trader over here saying trade this way. There'll be a trader over here saying trade this way. Another trader saying trade this way, trade this way, trade this way. However, if you can kind of get, or my logic, if you've got 4, 5, 6 traders, they're all trading in a very similar way.
Yep.
There's probably a little bit of evidence there that the systems that they're using or how they're trading is a bit more logic in it, really.
So if 3 are saying like kind of buy or edging towards the market going that way? Or
Trading by way of using things like support and resistance, higher time frame levels, that kind of thing. Whereas one rogue is saying, when the indicator does this, do that, or when the indicator does this, do the other. So, yeah.
And then obviously, how are you currently trading now? Like what time of the day? What strategy? You've mentioned support and resistance. Is that? And
so I trade very, very boringly. I trade very, very plainly. So I look at very higher time frame levels. I look at monthly, weekly, down to daily. See if I can find some real clear levels of support, resistance, that kind of thing. Then you can go down 7 hour, 4 hour, that kind of thing from there. So I'm really trying to find the key areas of support and resistance in the market on much higher time frames.
So you have longer trades?
Yeah, sometimes it can go in your favour and it can shoot straight away. So you can be in a trade intraday, 4 or 5 hours. I could be in a trade couple of days. Personally, I don't like being in a trade too much longer.
Then how you sleep?
It's horrible.
That is a session. You put a trade on, you try. I cannot sleep. There's no way.
Get up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, and you can't help just logging onto MT5.
To be fair, some of my best trades have been when I've gone in a deep sleep and I've woke up and hit my TP. There's no way. No way I would have left that.
It ruins your morning. It ruins your morning.
Have you obviously toyed with live capital as well? Because a lot of people try it. Obviously, you lose a lot of money, but have you ever tried?
I used to trade live capital, so I've been trying to trade for what feels like forever. And back in the day, there wasn't all the prop firms. It wasn't easily accessible, so I actually had to trade with live capital, and that's a whole different ball game altogether. So during COVID, I think I was probably at my max. I was doing roughly 7 to 8 trades a day, and I was doing about £100 a trade of real money. So when you've had a bad couple of weeks,
it's thousands, isn't it?
You are really feeling bad. So
You prefer prop. That leads to the next question of if you had to choose one, live capital or prop firm.
It has to be prop firm, unless you've got that much capital that the risk isn't there. So even if you were looking to practice a strategy or have a go on the market, you'd easily want to be putting in £500, £600, £700 into a live account to trade at maybe,
and then build it up a little bit,
£15-20 a trade or something. But you might as well just buy a £200,000 prop firm account and trade that. You're risking the same personally, but the rewards are so much higher.
A lot more. Do you think using prop firms has made you more successful? As in, you seem very regimental in your rules and your process. You said you're a boring trader. As in, them extra little rules that are here and there, do you think it's made you a little bit more successful for like discipline, or have you always just been like that anyway?
Because I started a very long time ago, and you had to be very disciplined with real money, and it's all percentages and this sort of thing. So then moving into prop firms and you're 100,000, 200,000, 400,000, but it's kind of irrelevant because you're just using set percentages, that kind of thing.
Really
so not really. Personally.
What type of challenge do you tend to get from Traderscale?
I usually go, sometimes depends on, I usually go traditional 2-step.
Oh, really?
Sometimes 1-step, depending. So
I was going to say that. Why would you choose different? Is there a reason? Just for people watching, if they're thinking or 1-step or 2-step, is there a reason?
So you have various different rules on, you might have to correct me on this basically, I don't want to say anything. So you have various different rules on consistency, you have different rules on payout parameters, also you have different add-ons, I think. Are they called add-ons nowadays? I think they're called add-ons, so different things like that. So depending on your style of trading, it depends on which one's best for you.
Do you trade differently when you're trying to pass to when you're live?
No.
Exactly the same. Because a lot of people make that mistake of going a little bit more aggressive, impatient, they want to get live, and they just end up over trading.
That's where you blow your account. Yeah. There's no guarantee that you're going to pass your account anyway. So I think regardless of how good a trader you are, you're definitely going to have some periods of that. people are too much in a rush to show the
pass.
result, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're using too much percentage on the trades. They're probably trading at 2%, 3% per trade. God forbid they then pass the challenge. They're then trading at 3, 4, 5%. This sort of, it just doesn't work that way.
So you kind of, again, you just said there, the way you trade when you're passing to live. And I guess that's the best way of doing it, because there's no point in trading aggressively and then trying to tone it down when you're live, because there's going to be that little chip on your shoulder, like a little devil going to overtrade. Best to keep it all consistent.
There seems to be a bit of a, or I found a bit of a trend with the people that trade more aggressively and people that have much bigger payouts and much bigger things. They have more aggressive losses as well. So that's the way I kind of look at it. So if you're a bit more sensible, a bit more plod, rather than boom or bust on each day, on each week, that kind of thing. So that tends to work better.
And again, we ask a lot of people this. When you were going to get your first ever payout from Traderscale, was there any doubt in your mind?
Right the way up. Yep, absolutely. Right the way up until the money landed in the account, and I sorted out the account and rise pay and bits and pieces, and it was going to come through within 24, 48 hours. Yeah, of course it will. And,
is that because of just bad experiences before?
Yeah, a lot of bad experiences. Yeah, a lot of bad experiences.
We won't name them. I won't ask you to name. We don't ask people to. We could.
Too many.
We could make it ruthless on the success stories.
Too many
and
bad
just start going in on everyone. But we won't. We're not like that here.
Too many.
When you started seeing payouts, I know the answer to this, but did your mindset change at all? Do you think, obviously you got another account? Like, do you know what I mean? But obviously the trading mindset stayed the same.
You try and keep it at that. I think the only thing that changes as you start to change in yourself a bit more, and I think that's just human nature. So you start eyeing up Porsches and another watch and another this and another that, and if this goes really well, and that sort of thing. I think that's it's hard not to think about things.
And I asked this on the last success story as well. This is something I struggle with. I think I know people I know who trade struggle with, and it'd be interesting to get your take on it. When you're live and that money's in Meta 5 or whatever, how do you, like I said, I asked this before, if someone came and handed me £400 a day in cash, I'd be like, oh my God. And they said, you can gamble it or you can keep it. I'm keeping it. But with trading, it's almost like monopoly money. Aubrey said he puts it on like, that's for my mortgage, that's for this and that's for that. How do you kind of like keep it separate, or is it just
it's percentages, it's not money? So £400 in your account, it's not £400, it's 0.4%.
So you keep it that way.
£1,000 profit is 1%. It's a 1% win. It's not £1,000, and that's never more evident with prop firms, because it's not £1,000 of real capital. It's 1%. 1% is good. 1,500 is 1.5%. Yes, 2,000, 3,000, 3%. You don't look at the physical value dollars as physical dollars, because they're not.
So do you have goals, and if you hit a certain percentage, you will stop for the day, or?
No, I try and be totally dictated by the market. So if I get a setup and a good setup and at a very, very strong key level, I'll take that trade. I might not get another setup like that for 3 days, but that's
how
telling me I might get 3 setups in a day, this kind of thing. So I try and let the market dictate how much I trade.
Yeah. And plans for 2026 with prop firms?
Oh, this time next year, be a millionaire. Who dares?
But you do seem very, like I say, you seem very regimented. You've been doing this a long time. And it's nice to talk to someone who's been doing it a long time, because a lot of people have only started trading when prop firms came in.
Wow, how lucky are you?
No, how much learning have we got to do? You've already got that regimental locked in. And what are your plans, obviously, for trading in the future? Is this something you do? I'll ask you that. I will ask you that. Yeah.
Both manually trade and algo trade as well. Yep. So I'm looking at both sides of the market. So algo trading, which is effectively a bot trading, that's very, very mechanical. In, out, in, out, in, out. I see manual trading as more discretionary.
Yeah.
So I'm covering both sides from there. But even though doing both, it literally doesn't require any real time or anything like that.
That's the plan going forward.
Yeah.
We ask everyone this who comes on, if there's one thing you could suggest to Traderscale to change, what would it be? No, we won't say change, improve.
They have to allow EAs. They have to allow algo trading. Mark my words, mark the date. Algo trading is going to be, I would have said, 70% of the market in the next 3-4 years. So they have to get on board with this.
Somehow.
They have to get on board with EAs, algo trading, portfolio trading. That's going to be the new way. Reported 80% of all trading by institutions are now algo trading.
Is there a lot of... there's also a lot of risk in that as the false ones, isn't there? There's so many of them now that are catching people out and buy this, buy that, and you get...
Yeah, so there's different ways to algo trade. So you can buy off-the-shelf plans, which I don't do, that sort of thing. But you actually have softwares now that actually build EAs and build bots for you, which you own wholeheartedly, and then you're looking to put them together in a total portfolio. So the portfolio I'm running at the moment runs 8 EAs, and that runs on 8 different markets. And that runs 24/5. That runs 24 hours a day, 5 days a week.
I can imagine you, Simon, in one of them rooms. I can imagine you in one of them rooms with all them screens. Have you got one of them rooms?
I really... Do you know what?
I can see you in a shed just with like 20 screens.
I was talking to... We mentioned a mutual trader that we both know, and I ironically I had a conversation with him the other day, and... I did actually buy myself a brilliant trading setup. This was just as we went into COVID, and I've got like a 4-screen panoramic trading thing. And we're actually saying I've never, ever, ever had screens on every 4 screens. The only time that I actually did have all 4 screens with charts and trading on was actually just to take a picture so I could show people my trading setup. So I usually have, one, 2 screens.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's fine. Well, that's all we've got time for. But Simon, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been very different. I feel like you're one of the people we've had on who's been trading for a long time. So it's nice to hear your take. But yeah, hopefully, if you're watching this, you could be our next success story. But Simon, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
It's all right.